Hello, hello, hello. Yes, my vacation was very enjoyable. I got to drive some cool cars and on the best racetrack on the world in the world, the Nürburgring, and well, it was fantastic. So, the plan for today. The plan for today is very simple. Uh, Roof, hand of God steering, and rear rear seating area. Uh, this is our plan for today. Let's see how much of this we accomplish. Maybe we can start tackling the C pillars as well, but we'll see. But rear seating area first. That's the main thing because that's the only thing in the structure of the car that's not yet kind of supported. And then we'll go to the roof. So right now I'm going to remove parts of the roof that we had because we are going to change them anyway. Hello, Anton. We're going to change them anyway, so we need a little bit of room so we can get inside here. And this is going to change anyway, so I'm not too worried about that. So, yeah. And you can see here that now that we remove this, it sagged down a little bit, but it looks pretty alright as far as I can tell by twisting the body. This is going to be, once the roof is in place, this is going to be much more solid, and we'll see how we can maybe fix the attachment of the A pillar a little bit more because I would really like that. Helion. Okay, let's see what we can do about the area around the rear seats. So we need some structure here, probably panels or frames. Just let me get some because I put them all away just so that everything is not so cluttered here. Okay. Now let's see what the best course of action here would actually be. Okay. Uh, for our cause, maybe either either a slight incline, or we could do just a box, and then I don't know. Then use like something like those slopes to then create, I don't know, seats. So let's check what our options here are. Let's start with something simple because we need to fill in this gap as well. But we cannot do this entirely because here is already the leaf of the leaf springs. So we cannot just put a frame here because it interferes with the leaf spring. But we can put it here just so it touches the leaf, and then we have enough space for our tunnel, so it can be here. We have a 2 stud gap here. That's 2 studs. We can do this with lift arms. Sure, 2 lift arms here, 1 3 stud long, 1 5 stud long here. This would work. And on the back side, we can put in either a lift arm or more panels. Okay, I'm just checking here if this can connect, and it can. So this would be great. This would be great. This would combine everything nicely. But we need to think before we do anything permanently. We need to fuck it. We need to see how we are going to connect this guy. Oh, my fingers are in the way. Oh, come on. Maybe if I do it on this side, but then the roof here is in the way. Okay, let's do it like this. Then I can squeeze my hand in there. Okay, so like this, and then we need to bridge the gap from here to here, and we need to see that whatever we do connects to the frame rail as well. And maybe, I don't know, maybe, I mean, then there's redundancy. Then there's this frame and the frame rail. I don't like that. I would prefer if there would not be a redundancy, but maybe we have to have it because this guy here is also going to, you know, once the suspension works, it has, I don't know, it has a few starts of movement. So yeah, maybe, and we are going to have a drive shaft here that's going to be 3 sets wide at this point. So maybe we should leave a little bit of room. Yeah. Okay, let's see what we can do here. So after this guy is here, how much room do we have? We have 4 studs as it is now. And come on. Okay. If we do it like this, this would connect. This would connect. However, the problem here is that the seating area is way too high. This is way too high for the rear bench to sit. So we need to think differently. I will first mount our U-joint here in order to see how much room we actually have. So as we said before, oh come on, where's the camera? Okay, as I said, we said before, this is the kind of joint we are going to use to bridge the gap because this guy can transmit all of the torque. So this is what we're using. Let's turn the whip around and first do a provisional cardan shaft. I guess you could call it like this. Okay, so we would have it in here, and then the shaft goes to, I don't know, hi Tabo, to somewhere here, because this is then where the gearbox would be. So yeah, but we're going to do this very leisurely, so we don't need this. We just want the shaft to sit somewhere. So I'm going to use a simple 12 stud axle like this, and then I'm going to attach something here just so it holds it in place and it can pivot. This will be our ghetto mount because at the moment we don't need any more. This is all that we need. maybe, yeah, okay, we can do it like this. Okay then, maybe we can do it like this, even simpler. So we need to pivot. Okay, yeah, do it like this. So we need this, and we need this. Then we need these two guys, and I think that's it. Oh, okay. Fuck this up. Let's calculate it. We need this. Nah, we're going to do it simpler with these guys. Such a simple thing and yet so complicated. Okay. This and this, and then these guys on the side, and then we put this guy in here, and we use a little bit of force, and no, too much force required. Yeah, we're going to what? Okay. Back to the drawing board. We need something simpler, like this, for example. And then we're going to use these two guys in a different manner, like this. And come on. Gonna use these two. There we go. No. We are not building a transmission and a motor, but we are building a provisional a provisional drive shaft, just so that we can design the rest of the cardan tunnel, especially the area here under the seats. So just something where we can mount this guy. There we go. So what's this doing is this is holding our drive shaft in, and that's its only purpose, because I just want this to be straight so it doesn't flap around, and when we compress the suspension, you see it can swing with it, so that we now can build this stuff around. Yeah, getting the idea. Just getting the idea. The gearbox will start somewhere here, but the gearbox will be done once the body is done. So, where were we? Okay. Provisionally, I would see if I can squeeze this guy in here. See, to form the bottom of our seating area, and then I'm going to see what the yeah, okay. Already see a problem. See, this part of the rear axle is in our way. So we are going to use a panel, but we're going to use the white one. Come on. Only what? Only one left? Okay, only one left. Right. I have already ordered the Lego charger, so more black panels are on their way. Okay, so we can use this guy here, just temporarily, and I will mount it temporarily, so I can then see how much clearance we actually do have, if we have enough clearance at all to pull this stunt off, because it's gonna be tight. Tight like a toiga. Okay, so now you cannot see it sadly, but I'm going to now look under here to see if we get contact under full stress. And yeah, we do. Okay, but we also need to probably, I mean, yeah, we're going to have to do something with the rear suspension as well, but okay. Right. The thing I see here, and let me just check on this side. The thing I see here is maybe, yeah, but no, that's all right. That's all right. No, for a brief moment I thought that we would need to raise the rear suspension, but no, everything checks out. It's just the fact that on this side I don't have the small dog dish hubcaps, and it's hard to judge. But no, because the front is now really looks like a car without an engine, because it's, come on, yeah, it's so raised you cannot see it on the camera, but this shit is so raised that it skews the perception. Okay, so we have to think differently. This guy is definitely not going to be here, sadly, really sadly. Or we can re-engineer this for it to have a hump. I don't know, because I would really like to have it on this level. Otherwise, it's going to be way too high to function as a seat, because it's everything here is so small. And I would really like to connect this guy to here somehow. This would give everything more stability. Okay, so what can we do here? What can we do here? Okay, I'll tell you what we can do. What we can do is the following. Maybe this is going to be okay. So there's not much room for the tunnel anymore. There's just two studs. There's no point in getting further back, because the rear axle is already here. We are already meeting the rear axle here, and this is the seating area. So what I could do, see, would be this, because I really want a connection here. Yeah, okay. Come on. Yeah, come on. Okay. So this puts us in the clear as far as the Cardan joint goes. I hope. Well, pretty much, yeah. Pretty much, I hope. But of course, we have another problem here. I don't know if you can see it here. You see this frame here. This frame is sadly making contact with this part of the rear suspension. Like this, you can probably not see it. Limiting the rear suspension travel. So we need to re-engineer this part as well. As convenient as this looks, we need to re-engineer this and probably just pull it one stud closer to the frame rails, which means that we need to re-engineer this part as well. Yeah, but you know, most of the time that we had to re-engineer something, it was for the better. So I'm really confident that we can do it. We know all of the points of the rear, so we can safely detach the roof pillars to gain access to this. So we can remove this again. Well, there's not much really authentic Slovenian food, so I don't know. It's alright, I guess. It's alright. Okay, so we would need to move this one stud further to the back. So we need to move this one stud, either this one stud further to the front. Okay, so yeah, okay, so we need to adjust this as well. Okay. And this is going to be narrower. So this needs to be wider. Okay. I don't know what motors, but you see, uh, we are building the car as light as possible, just for the purpose so that everything we put inside in terms of batteries, motors, it will not skew the weight too much. Okay, so Leon, yeah. Oh well. Well, I had some nice kebab in Germany. If this makes you feel any better, I guess. No? What? No, this is Slovenia, not Serbia. I actually like Balkan food, like cevapcici, rajnici, and whatever. Really a fan of it. Ah, come on. Okay. The holiday in Germany was excellent. We had a lot of fun, drove very interesting cars. Um, okay. No, I haven't considered getting a new table. And if you watch the video of me building the engine, you will know exactly why. This table is like this for a purpose. Where are you from, Marco? Where exactly are you from? Okay. So this is going to be narrower as well. Oh, nice. I was in Mostar in 2018. We had a Balkan road trip with our group. Sadly, I had the worst ice cream in my life in Mostar. Uh, I did not drive anything myself on the Nürburgring this year, uh, but I was driven in some nice cars. Okay, so this is now narrower, and this needs to be wider. Okay, and at the same time, we are going to. Yes, okay. We're going to do it like this. So there we go. There we go. This, okay. Now 4 more studs. Just a moment. One of my messengers was active. Okay. My current car is a 1995 BMW Compact 318 Ti. So with the 140 horsepower 4-cylinder engine. Okay, good, 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 good. So now we can put our roof pillars back. Okay, great. Everything still checks out. Okay, very nice. Now we have full suspension travel. And at full suspension travel, this guy, I mean, it does not make contact yet. And I doubt that this will ever make contact because this, I'm really putting it to the extreme test. Okay, so I think that's good. It's good for our purpose. We have also gained some suspension travel. Well, BMW guy, I don't know. I'm not a fanboy. I like BMWs for the reason that they are cheap, they are rear-wheel drive, there are plenty available, and they have good engines. Uh, Talking about vintage or old BMWs. The new BMWs I don't like. IS, they call it IS. Yep, that's what I drive. The IS engine. Um, yeah, well, the old streams are still online. They are online on the channel as videos, so I cannot show you everything every time if you miss them. Just watch the old streams and you'll be fine. We're going to revisit the axle during what we're doing anyway. Um, I mean, horrible. I don't know, but it's not a car for me. But as you can see with the Charger, I like vintage cars. I'm more of a vintage car guy. So I don't know, and I'm not really a fanboy of a specific manufacturer. I just like good interesting cars, regardless of who made them. Okay, so now we need to finish our tunnel. Let's see if we can put this in. Okay, so what do we get if we do this? Are my calculations good or not? Oh, okay. Look. This is going to be fine. Yes. The 69 fastback Mustang is one of my favorite Mustangs. Define good. From today's perspective, vintage cars are just for people who know how to do most of the work on the cars themselves. So, okay, this is pretty good. Such a small difference makes such a big. I mean, such a small thing makes such a big difference. I just connected the tunnel to this guy, and everything is suddenly much more stable. Much more stable. Interesting. Interesting. I mean, Camarillo. Oh, right. Well, as I said, I'm not a fanboy of any specific car or brand. I like good cars. Uh, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter which brand they are. Yeah, I did. I restored a Miata for a friend, and Opel Kadett C as well. There, I don't think there's videos. There's only one video of the end result, but you know, it's when you're working, it's really hard to make videos of all the stuff. I don't know how some YouTubers manage to do it, but I can't. I don't even have the equipment. So, our rear bench. What we're going to do with it? We still need to connect the pillars here. So we need to connect. Come on. We need to connect this guy somehow to this guy. So to our frame rail, because this is still flimsy. I would not want to go any higher here, because you see, as scaling goes, this is already pretty high. Not much room for a bench. A friend of mine is now restoring a 1973 Opel Manta. So the Manta A. The engine is in my workshop, and we're going to, well, rebuild it. So it's going to be like new. How would we do that? How would we go on to do this? I mean, the simple way would be with axles and pins. That would be one way of doing it. But that would be because I still want something to happen here. I don't know what exactly, because this, you see, I want to inhibit movement here. This is still a bit too wobbly. Well, I have a few videos. What do you mean the front of tunnel? This is where our gearbox is going to sit. It's not too wide. It's just the way we wanted it. The gearbox is going to be 5 studs wide. I have, as I said, I have, I think, a video of how to do it. But you know, we can maybe if we get bored of the charger, we can have an episode of the stream where we do something else. I can put on, I mean, make some suggestions and make a poll, and then vote. Let's vote on the poll, and let's have a random episode between the charger builds and build, I don't know, a McPherson suspension setup. I'm fine with that. Diversity, you know, diversity is fine. So let's not limit ourselves to just the charger. The charger is most of the episodes, but every now and then we can have something else. So, hmm. Okay. What if? What if? I have no idea when it will be done. Okay. So one of my ideas would be here to maybe use this guy or two of them. No, 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 no crash test. No crash test. I don't really like destroying parts. Oh, for fuck's sake. Really. Just want to see what the scope for this is. But I don't know. No. No, that won't work. Not how I imagined it. Um okay. So we need something here. Hmm. But that's not Lego anymore. I mean, that's something else. We're doing Lego here. Too many custom parts. I'm not a fan of it, to be honest. Really. Hmm. I mean, we could. There's room for it and everything. Could do it like this, and then we we could do it like this. This would pretty much combine everything. No, maybe. Maybe. Well, I don't know. As long as it's for custom, as few as possible. as few custom parts as possible. That's my idea. Because if I would suddenly now start using just customized parts, then this is no longer Lego. You see? And yeah, in this car, we are not going to use any custom parts at all. At least not initially. We are going to use them once we want to drive it, and even then, the only parts that we are going to use are basically just the LP power wheel hubs. Just so we don't get wheel wobble and stuff like that, because that's not what I want. The thing is that I always, come on, okay, I always when I design my cars, I always think of what if this car or this model would be picked up by Lego as a basically as a Lego model to be produced. That's my thinking. And if I modify parts, I try to modify parts in a way that they could be produced as Lego parts. For example, look at the LP Power wheel hubs. The wheel hubs are really, if you want to say that, so they are designed to be a part that could be produced by Lego exactly like that. There's nothing preventing Lego from doing that. It's just a different insert for the turntable. Nothing else. And I think that's how it should be. What? I who would want to eat LP Power wheel hubs? Why would you do that? Which new hub? Is there a wheel hub that I missed somehow? Okay. So we need to do something about this as well, because there's no use for our C pillar if we have this wobble. So what do we do? Well, there's only one answer. Oh, those one. Yeah, I have them, but they are useless. I bought 4 of them, and it would be better that if I would not buy them. They would be good if they would not be with the planetary gears. I really hate the planetary gears. They are absolutely useless. So we're going to employ our good friends. Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, yeah. Our good friends, the connectors. this. And then I'm going to go with a pin from the other side. Like this. Oh, that's much more solid. Okay. Well, Lego dildos, I don't know. I hope it's just for decoration. Leon, we had this discussion 15 minutes ago. There is a video of a Lego McPherson suspension that I made. But if you want a specific setup for a specific set of wheels, or I don't know, make a poll for a few things that we should do, and then I don't know, every third episode, we're not going to build the charger, but we're going to build custom stuff that you are suggesting. I'm fine with that, as I said. So we have some variety. Okay, so this seating area is now looking much better. What we have done now is basically we have combined this guy. We have finished the tunnel. So the tunnel is now leaning on this. Now, the only thing I would maybe like to do is do something here. But I don't know if it's even necessary. Because if we build a bench for this, the bench itself would cover this area. Oh my god. This discussion has become really weird, you know? Okay. So, roof. How do we build this roof? Okay. First, let's see what we need. Where does it need to go? So, we are going to have something over here, but how much room do we actually need? We are going to have one. Okay, two are actually too long. Interesting. Two panels are too long. Okay. Exactly. Why would you eat Lego? That's beyond me. There's no good reason to do that. I mean, this would be perfect. We could squeeze two of them into the roof. That would be perfect. Or maybe not. Good question, because maybe in the front we would like the roof to be finished by a lift arm. Like that. Maybe. Yeah, but the LP Power wheel hub is way too big. It's way too big to choke on it. Are there shorter panels than this? Are there like two studs shorter panels? These are I think there are 11 studs. Are there 9 stud long panels? Straight panels. Because obviously we cannot do the roof with the frames. We need to use panels. Let's see. Yeah, I'm just building a platform to try positions out. So this would mean that we have one start room here and there. Okay. There would be, I mean, we could fill everything with lift arms, but you know, the problem is that then we would use so much material, and you know how I really like to use as few parts, as few pieces as possible. But but wait, just a moment. Just a moment. What if? What if? Okay, so uh, what if? What if we actually leave the front one stud out? What if we leave the one stud out? Because, and hear me out, you see, the front windscreen has a slight curvature, as in a real car, and the real Charger also have it. The roof is not straight; it has a slight curvature. So what if we leave this out to one stud, and of course we are going to have somehow a curve here below the windscreen as well. So it's all going to come in nicely. I'm fine with that. I would leave it like that. In the rear, of course, we have to be a little bit more creative here in this area. I don't know. Exactly. It adds the curve to the windscreen. And yeah. But in the rear, we have to do something else. Not necessarily a bad thing at all, because so far, every time we were forced to do something else, there were positive things coming out of it. So let me show you the problem. So I don't want the roof in the rear to be hinged like this, just by one stud. So we're going to do it like this. But for this, then we are going to have to re-engineer the C-pillar. I mean, by now we are used to re-engineering stuff, so you know. Let me turn this around so you can see better what we're dealing with. Okay, so we have our C-pillar supports here, and then the roof. Now I change this, and they would come to like here. Yeah. Oh wait, I fucked up. They need to come out a little bit more, like this, and like this. Yeah, okay, that's the correct width. So what we need to do is move these guys either one stud further in or one stud further out, and then make the support here. So I would yeah, I don't know what I would do. That's the tricky part. Because whatever I do here is going to then compromise the area here with the rear bench. But I guess the rear bench is never going to be perfect anyway, because this is not going to be a creator model, but just, you know, the rear bench is going to be a few panels, and that'll be it. No, because the plate is not going to provide any structure. It's going to be it's just a plate. We have to provide the structure for the plate. So sadly, in a model like this, it cannot be implemented. But yeah, we're going to have to move this guy either one stud to the front or one stud to the back. What's it going to be? And looking at pictures of the real car, which I've been doing lately, uh, the stream was, I think the reminder was set up wrong. Should have been set up for today, because I was still on my way from Germany at the time where the stream should have been. So yeah, no, I don't know where to find metal Lego parts, sadly. So we're looking at pictures. The C-pillar support that we have here is further to the back. It is further to the back, and because we're redoing the C-pillar anyway, let's take a look at some pictures. Too steep or anything. And the way I see it on our, a little bit too big, at least on our model. So we need to change this. We'll see how. But first, let's do the rear window support, and then we'll decide how to do this. Okay, let me show you what I mean. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so while we have our C-pillar somewhere here, I'm afraid that once we mount the bodywork, the line is going to be moved too much forward. And maybe this mounting point here, this mounting point and this mounting point here need to be moved one stud further to the back. That's what I would do, like right now. First on this side, and then let's see about the other side. Nothing, because I did not make it there. Time was not on my side. Okay. Let's remove this. I actually wanted to buy the charger, but the schedule that we were on just didn't allow us to go to Frankfurt. We were just too late. Really. I have been to some German bars, but have not been served pickles yet. And I would not even take them because I hate pickles. I'm very not a fan of pickles. Okay, this is very good. This is very good. I like this. I like this. Okay. Oh, come on. Okay. So our C pillar looks much more chargery like. It's now smaller by one stud. So we move this guy from this position to this position. It's not a lot, not a lot, but I think this is a change we had to make. Yeah, that's a change we definitely had to make. Okay, let's repeat this on the other side. It's probably a stereotype, I suppose. Just like the British serve pickled eggs in bars. Something that's very disgusting. I don't know. I hate pickled stuff. I'm strange like that. Disgusting. Yeah, another British stereotype. Warm beer. Oh yes, another distinction. Yeah, the English. Yeah, not the Brits. The English, of course. No, I definitely don't want to try anything that's pickled. I would not try to offer a Bavarian pickles in a bar. So we did this. Now we need to do the other thing. Let's make our life a little bit easier, if we can. Slightly easier. What if we actually used 3 panels? Let's see. Okay, that would be a good idea if this would be a fiber like that. Okay. Okay. Now let's see what we're going to do about the pillar itself. So now that this is wider, it still needs to be here. Okay. Like this, and these guys need to be here. Okay, these guys need to be here, and okay, we can have the parcel shelf. Okay, let's do it like this. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, here it's really hot. Okay, this could be it. So, wait a minute. Okay, let's do it like this. And then we have these guys here. Okay. And we have another lift arm here. And that would then work. But that's too much, I don't know, too much redundancy, I guess. Again. What to do? What to do? Oh. Ah. Okay. Okay. What we could do, and that would be even better. We can do this. I hope. If I haven't grossly miscalculated everything. I think I have, but we'll see. Can do this. The other side. Have it like this, maybe. Nope. We are one stud too long. That would have been so great. Hey, Denifil. Ah, okay, okay. We, no, we cannot. Ah, Jesus. So we can go like this, but we cannot go over this. Ah, that's so frustrating. Hmm. How to mount these guys? Hmm? Wait for it. Wait for it. Gray brain cells are working on a solution. So if this is like that. Um, hmm. Okay, if we do it like this. Sorry if I'm talking to myself right now. Um, I would just like to have a solution that's as simple as possible. Please, let's not get into those subjects. This is a family-friendly channel. We are not going to talk about nationalism and racism. This is really not the place to do this. And besides, I hate nationalism and racism. Okay, so now we're going to try to mount everything without the use of panels here. Maybe we can go away with this. Okay. Then we're going to use. Alright. Okay. No. Okay. What about now? Yeah, that's probably going to be the solution. Okay. And now our roof mounts here. There we go. Ah! Ah. Okay. I just had to pick up stuff that I threw on the floor accidentally. Okay. So This is the edge of our roof in the rear. And of course we need something now to be here. I don't know, maybe like this. Maybe like this, but I would prefer this to not be here, just so we have stability here again. There's of course a lot more room now inside, which is also good. Always good to have some room inside. Yeah, how to do that? Yeah, I'll just do it like this for now, because eventually here need to be panels, of course, because this area is going to be covered. But I'm going to use the frames just so that we have some stability here. I am not a fan of Lego buying Bricklink, not at all, because Lego as a company make some pretty dick moves, especially lately. So I don't know, I'm not a fan. Okay. Oh, this is going to be very good, very good. Okay. I guess we are going to have to fill this with lift arms. There's really no too complicated. Why? Bricklink is very simple. It's not perfect. Don't get me wrong. Bricklink is not perfect, not at all. But it's, to call it way too complicated is not an accurate statement. At least from where I am standing. Well, shipping is the problem. I mean, the problem. The shipping is the seller's domain, not Bricklink's domain. Bricklink has nothing to do with shipping. If the seller doesn't ship to you, or if the seller has different shipping options available to them, then that's that. Yeah, but that's how Bricklink works. Bricklink is multiple stores, each selling for themselves. If you want everything in one place, you have Legos broken place of what do they have? So what's the Lego parts store called? And they don't even have all of the parts. That's the saddest part. But so Lego are not the holy company they pretend to be. I don't know. I don't want to put too much hate out there for Lego, but they can do much better as well. Is it Pick a Brick? Okay. I don't know. All big corporations make the same. In the end, they make the same mistakes of just thinking they know better than their users. Ah, okay. Too soon. Come on, slip in. Okay. You mean the extreme off-roader with uh, the what's the damn thing called? With the powered up functions. Okay, so I will stop building the roof here now because it's obvious how it's going to end. We are going to have lift arms here, and then the roof is going to be stable. Because what I want is see, I want a hand of God steering here. So that's why I was telling you that we need to build the roof and hand of God steering. Now, how are we going to do a hand of God steering? It needs to be, if we take a look at our creation, let's just stick something in here, maybe here. Yeah, okay, so it doesn't collapse. Well, I like steering to be as in the middle of the car, basically. So I can press the same amount. I can apply the same amount of force on both the front and rear suspension. So I don't know. Let's say that area is, I don't know, here. Let's pick this because we are going to remove this this piece and replace the panel with a sunk-in hand of God steering. So basically, hand of God steering wheel would be inside here, and maybe we can have a panel that covers it, and when we want to use it, we flick the panel open, and then there's the hand of God steering. So the roof stays smooth, and we can just add it in. Or another version would be if we had just an axle hole here, and then we have, I don't know, the hand of God steering wheel in the trunk, and we just pop it in, and then we can steer it. Two options. Now, either way, doesn't matter which option we choose, we have to have a hole somewhere here. Another popular option would be so that we maybe don't have to do any of this, but we can maybe have the hand of God steering slightly off center. That's also an option. Slightly off center, like in many models, I'm also fine with that, and have it, for example, here. So we would have inside here, we would have under it, of course, we would have an attachment point with just this guy, what's it called, the axle connector. So you could pop in an axle with the hand of God steering wheel inside to steer the car, and then when you don't want to steer the car anymore, just remove it and nothing's visible. That would be what I would do. And of course, how to do the hand of God steering? Well, nothing could be easier. Since we have the steering wheel here, we basically add a gear here and extend it. I don't know. I think we have to have 1, 2, 3. The third gear here would then extend up to the roof. Basically, it would poke out of the fucking dashboard. That would be my preferred solution, because we there would be relatively little slack in between the gears, and we would basically use just one CV joint or universal joint, whatever we choose to have. So basically, the steering wheel, the steering rack would poke out of the dashboard like this. This would be what I would do. Now, I don't know what you guys think, but a hand of God steering is a must. This is fine, and I love this, but we also need a hand of God steering. There's really no other way, because you will want to drive the car from the top. At least I would. What do you think? Let me hear your thoughts. In the meantime, I'll just mock up something that I would do. Let me just see where exactly the hole is, so that I don't fuck up. So if we have it here, for example, this would be over the tunnel. Okay, this would be over the tunnel, but this would actually perhaps interfere with our shifter. This would perhaps interfere with our shifter, or maybe not. Maybe not. The motorization will be at the end, but there will be motors, and the motor can be then placed either directly on the steering column or on our hand of God steering, for example, here on the dashboard. There's plenty of options. It will not have room in the engine bay, so it's going to be here inside of the car. But you know, we are going to deal with this when we get to it. So let's consider this. If we have a hand of God steering, let's go that is in this area and goes into the dashboard like this, somewhere here, then oh blimey, we can have this because there is enough room underneath for I think so, at least. Yeah, should be enough room for the shifter. You see, this is in the same area as this, or maybe we can have a CV joint that, oh yeah, we're going to do it. Yeah, of course, we are going to do it like this. So we are going to have two CV joints, two CV joints. Wait, the hard part is going to be what to do on the roof. So this is our roof, and it's going to, the steering is going to poke. What did we say? It's going to poke here. Okay, so the steering comes through here. Now what I want to do is I want to have here on the inside a way so that we can pop in our steering knob, you know, so that we pop it through the roof and it immediately can steer the car, and remove it then without a problem. So we need to build something here that's going to allow us to do that. And let's see what our options are. I did dismantle the chassis, but I still have the front and rear suspension. They are still there. We'll see. There's many modified parts there, and maybe we're going to use them, maybe not. We'll see. Okay, what can we do? And one thing that I was thinking about would be, if I had something like this guy mounted here, but this would not allow me to immediately start steering, and this guy would be too far down. On this project, well, I know exactly how much. Just take a look at the streams. That's the time that we have spent on this, on the development of this. There must be a way. There must be a way for us to do this. Just come on, where are you? Okay. Let me see something. One option could be, of course, we did something like this. See? Or, I don't know, if we find a way to have a gear fixed here, so this could, you know, this could go down to the dashboard. So basically, we are aiming at something like this. I'm just building something. Nothing of this will be of any use to us, but you know. Basically, what we would need here is a differential, but this is going to be way too elaborate. Come on. You know, if we have something here poking out, and then we would have, I don't know, then this guy going down, but then the problem is that this gear here needs to be fixed, and when I remove the steering, it needs to stay there. It needs to stay there. This is going to be tricky. Having said that, let's see. If we could maybe use this guy. Maybe. So this guy would turn. It would be actuated by the thing poking through the roof. Here, or it could be here. Yeah, could be mounted like this. Then we would have this guy would actuate something, and this would go to the dashboard. Yeah, no. Whew, this is going to be tricky. Very tricky mechanism. But it's going to be so worth it. So worth it. Damn it. Sorry for not really doing much, but I'm doing some thinking because this is requiring a lot of thought. I mean, obviously here we can see how many gears we need to actually come to this part. So this is so the steering is here. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, no, 5 and 6. Okay, 6. That's doesn't sound good. Doesn't sound good. But let's see what we can do. Which options are available here actually? So we need to bridge a gap of 6 studs. So the input is here, and then 6 studs later have the output. I don't think anything will fit. But then again, we need actually 2 sets of gears in order to move in unison. We need 2 sets of gears. Huh. So maybe if we have it like this, maybe. Hello, Pascal. Maybe we need to rethink this and have it. Yeah. Maybe if we have it here, so this would be 5 studs, or we have it on the other side, but that's too many gears. Yeah, maybe if we do 5 studs, that could be, yeah, that could work. 5 studs could work. With our little friends here. So like this and like this. So this is where our steering wheel is. This is the steering wheel. Oh, crap. Okay, steering wheel. And this then goes to the hand of God steering. See, they work in the same direction, so this is fine. Okay, so this would be now here in the dashboard. This would be here in the dashboard, and now we just need to figure out really how to do the mount on the roof itself. I mean, there is a limited amount of space. So I don't want too much stuff going on here. That's the problem. Don't want too much stuff going on here. Whew. tricky without, of course, doing the obvious. I mean, the obvious thing that we have this guy permanently here, which I would try to avoid. That should be removable. Should be removable. In the end, I would just probably say, "Oh my God, why didn't I think of this?" When the final solution to this problem is going to be in our hands, but right now I don't see it. I don't see it, but I know there is a solution. Yeah, our goal is to have it remote controlled in the end. If anybody has any idea, please let me know. I'm thinking very hard right now. Cannot think of a solution. Yeah, the idea is to have the model be manually controlled via the hand of God steering, have a transmission that you can manually shift, and then after the car is done, then we can remove the transmission, remove the engine, the fake engine that's going to be here, and attach a motor to the gearbox, so the servo, and to the gearbox, to the dashboard, the servo, so it controls the steering, and of course make an electric drivetrain here, and the battery would sit here behind the rear axle under the trunk floor. This would be our setup for the remote control. So, how to approach this? This is very tricky. A possible solution could be like this. And then we have the axle going down would be like this. Come on. The axle down would be like this. We also have to create the pivot point, because of course we have. The pivot would be like this. Okay. Let's do a thought experiment. humor me here. I just okay, this is not gonna work the way as I was imagining it. Where would the fulcrum be? Yeah, in any case, half a stud in the air. Okay. Half a stud. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Or if we use it like this, then it can be one stud. And it can be one stud, maybe. Yeah, it can be one stud away from it. Oh, it's going to be too complicated. And if I remove the axle, of course, the whole system collapses. It's going to be a fake Lego engine, but we are going to try to make camshaft, crankshaft, push rods, valves, everything, because we should have enough room for it. Yeah, that's also an option. That's also an option. So basically, we would, yeah, basically we would have. We would have an axle like this, and go down to the tunnel, down to the tunnel, and then we have the axle going. Oh, come on. The axle would then go like this. It would be basically on the tunnel, and going into the dashboard. But the problem here, this approach, is how to connect this axle to the steering column. Yeah, the engine will be done at the end, because then we are going to see how much room we have. Yeah, I mean, you get the problem. If we see if we have an axle like this, so okay, it comes down here, it comes down here somewhere, then it goes to the front like this, and comes somewhere here. But now, how do we connect the steering rack to the axle? That's the problem. And I would like to have the steering stuff in the as much in the middle of the car as possible. That's the issue. Of course, here you have to understand we are going to have a shifter here as well for the gearbox. And yeah, that's the problem. I mean, we could have, I don't know, we could have did I not take it out? I didn't. What we could do is, of course, having the axle having the axle go like this, and then connect to the gears coming from the steering wheel, because the way things would be like this. Like this. Then another axle here. I mean another gear here. And then this. Or alternatively, I don't want to have too many gears here. I'm not sure. I mean, we could, I don't know, we could do some contraption here to have, I don't know, this in as far in the middle as possible. Isn't possible entirely because of the panels of the roof, but we can tweak them a little bit from the side to side. Doesn't matter. Um, but I don't know. It has to connect to this. This could be probably as low as possible. Don't think it can be lower. Yeah, most of the gears will be out of sight, but the situation is like this. See, uh, in here will be our gearbox. Yeah, but I'm not going to do a belt drive. That's not gonna happen. Hmm. That's a good problem we have. Um, well, you have not paid any attention to what we did you? Okay, first, this is where the gearbox is going to be. So any axle coming from here is impossible. It cannot be here. Second, you know how our steering rack looks like. It's not actually a rack. It's a steering box. So whatever steering solution we make, it's going from here somewhere. This is the non plus ultra. So this isn't going to move, and this is the only connection that we have from the inside of the car to the wheels. And yeah, we're going to have to do something in the dashboard, since there's nothing in the dashboard anyway. So basically, we are going to do some sort of drive in the dash. That's really the sensible solution that we can do. Yeah, I know it won't work, and we need all of the space here for the gearbox and the engine. So this is off limits. That's why we have everything going out of the way. We want as much space here in the engine bay as possible. maybe, maybe not. I don't know. I mean, we can use this. This is perfectly usable. We could do something like this. Yeah. But it needs to be reliable, of course. Okay, just checking how much slack we have, and this is very little, a very small amount of slack for Lego steering that we have here. This is good. So I would keep this because as it is now, we can always do that, and then the steering wheel stays in the dashboard. But so basically the gears would continue here. Steering wheel would be exactly where it is, but we need to redesign the mount for the steering wheel. So basically the mount for the steering wheel would be also the mount for the whole dashboard. The dashboard would click into here somewhere, and then I don't know, it would form a gap with this panel with those lift arms, and on this side here we would have the same mount as this, so it gets the same angle but maybe not the same mount, so we can then combine these into something that would be good. So why don't we do it and see how it goes? I'm willing to experiment. We have rebuilt this so many times, why not rebuild it once more? So the essential piece here, let's take this to the side. So the essential piece here is how to continue this. This mount is essential because if we have more gears daisy chained to this, we have to make sure that these gears don't separate. So we have to have something that's that keeps them together. And I'm not a big fan of come on. I'm not really a big fan of doing it with the connectors. Connectors and then no, knob gears have much more slack. Well, you know, theoretically it could be done like this, of course. But maybe this could even work. This doesn't even have that much. That it cannot be pulled that easily apart, and if we get a little bit creative here, this could work. Yeah, this could even work. Oh my god, imagine that. This could even work. Let's try it. Why the hell not? Why the hell not? Okay, so we need first a little bit of something. We can always use something else if we discover that this isn't working for us. So don't worry. Okay, we would use something like this, and then we use two lift arms here. Or do we? I mean, I want to do this as simple as possible. Yeah, we need to. Okay, we can use this, but yeah, let's go overboard slightly. We have these. So I have no idea what the correct length for any of this is, so I'm just eyeballing it. I'm gonna use a random length of axle here. Let's say 8. Doesn't matter, really. It's probably not the correct length anyway. And the hardness with which this is going through means that this has a future. This has a future. Well, do you know how the power up functions? You see how the power up functions connect in the Lego Crocodile. Basically, you have attachment points. You have attachment points for the motor, so just click it in. But I don't know. I'm going to see first how this works with manual, and then we'll see how to and where to connect the motor. Could be that the motor will be in a completely random location. I mean, I don't know. At this stage, I know exactly as much as you. I don't know. We'll let it come to us. Okay. So this will be one way. But of course, things are not so simple. So now that we did this, we removed one of the mounting points for the steering column, and now we need to somehow recreate it. Okay, it cannot be here. So this guy needs to be different. Okay, what do we need to do here? In order to have our mounting point, we need to use this guy here. Extend. This is going to be interesting. Come on. I'm doing some stuff off screen. My god, this is so stiff. So this isn't going to fall apart anytime soon. Okay. Okay. Mounting point restored. Okay. Of course we need this guy. But okay. Okay, now it's mounted like this, and we need to mount this. Okay, this is fairly solid, but it's going to be, I don't know, we're going to make it more solid later. But for now, let's see what our options here with the steering are. Okay, so one solution would be to mount the steering here. So the hand of God steering would be connected directly like this. And now we're going to mount this back into the car. See the height that we are at. Okay, slight re-engineering stuff because these guys go in so hard. I'm going to use these instead, in the hopes of getting this to be a little bit smoother. So the issue is, of course, that okay. See how much easier the bar goes through the two lift arms instead of the two connectors. Okay, that's good. Okay, now this contraption. Come on. Okay. Okay. For fuck's sake. Come on. Okay. So. This feels very good, I must say. There's no real power loss or anything. I can steer with the same force and I'm just using the axle. I mean, there's no problem. But, and there's of course a but, we need 2 more gears. Because what I would do now, I would now move this guy 1 stud further to the center of the car and 1 stud lower. This way, we would have the steering axle in a very nice position. It would be low enough, and we can engineer this. This is no problem, but we need to get it lower. So yeah, I know. Another row. We need 10 stud axles, I guess. Yeah, we need 10 stud axles. We need more gears. But I'm thinking. I am thinking of how to do this better. And have this right here. Have this lower exactly where this is. Let's see if this is at all possible. Yeah, no, it's not. You know, I was thinking of maybe this guy extending this guy down here, so the gear, another gear would be here, and then I can mount this guy directly here. You know, it would be inside the dashboard, but much lower. But I cannot do that. There's no way. There's no way to do that. Okay. Okay. So let's engineer it from the other side. So here we need another gear. Like this. We need this. So basically we add this to the end of our contraption, and then it can sit lower. And yeah, well, let's do it. Of course, the next problem here is that we need to have this axle removable. I mean this, yeah, of course, that was inevitable. The bar needs to be removable. So we are going to use a longer bar. It's gonna be red for now, but you can change it later. Okay. Okay. So this one's going to be another idler one. And another idler one. This. And now we have this. So this is basically what we are doing. I don't know if this can be done better, but this is what we have. For now. Let's first install this and see what the geometry is. If it's okay, or do we need to change all of it? Get inside. Okay. You know, I was just thinking about that. I was just thinking to myself, I don't have a I have a bad feeling about that. But as it turns out, it's not that bad. I mean, I don't know. You know? It works. Let's now determine the height of this contraption. Is it 1 stud higher up or not. Just a second. As I said, no belts. No belts in this house. Ah, okay. Miscalculated. The holes in the roof are not really important right now. We can make them line up. That's not the issue. Okay. The issue is this. Because right now, the way I see it, it needs to be half a stud raised. Or, oh, 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 look at that. That's, oh my God. If there was no, see this half a stud shit here. Oh, okay. But wait. It's hard to tell, but I think this is basically parallel. I don't know. We would have to do the other part of the dashboard to see if this is where this sits. But I would say this has a fair chance of being parallel. And of course, well, steering isn't as smooth as before. That's certain, because there are too many gears. Or it's just the dashboard is, yeah, we have a lot of twisting, too much. When it was here, it went without problems. So if we put this in here, yeah, this goes without problems. See, when it's here, no problem. When we have it here, there's probably too much twisting here, and this causes a lot of binding, and that's why it's not working as intended. Well, right now the gear shifter is not on my mind, but yeah, it's probably going to be in the way. But if we would have it here, it wouldn't, because it would go just up. I don't know. This works nicely. You know, if, I don't know, if we had, we would have it go somewhere here. Here, I don't know, for the Handlebar Steering. I don't want to have it that far back. I want to have it somewhere here near the middle of the car. Because if we have the steering, the Handlebar Steering somewhere here in the back, the problem is the same as in the Lego charger. Because when you steer, you almost always press on the rear suspension, and I do not want that. I want the force that you exert on the Handlebar Steering to be somewhere in the middle, so it's pressed equally on both the front and the rear suspension. That's my logic. So, you know, so you can feel the car working, because here you just feel the rear suspension. That's not really how it works. That's not how you have fun with the Handlebar Steering. I don't know. Have to think about it. Anyway, it's getting late. I think this is as far as we get today, and I'll have a deep thinking session about this, and yeah, we'll see. Tomorrow there will be no stream, but on Thursday there will. I will make an announcement on YouTube. This time it'll be the correct day, and yeah, I see you on Thursday. You're welcome.